Congress needed reminding of it. Democracy is a two-way street. The public must be allowed freedoms, and the state must be free to represent the people judiciously. The Congress, which might have forgotten this shibboleth, was harshly reminded of this fact from the Karnataka High Court today. A single judge bench struck down its order that mandated that any grouping of 10 or more individuals who were seeking to gather anywhere in the state of Karnataka would have to seek prior permission. This is exactly what the Siddaramaiah government had decided to do by passing this order, restrict, viewers, the freedom of the public. The diktat, which is of course draconian, was primarily aimed at ensuring that RSS chakas couldn't assemble, protest, or even convene over an issue of public importance. It reeked of the kind of arbitrary authoritarianism that the Congress exemplified at the height of the emergency in the mid-1970s. This is what the Karnataka High Court said. The government has ordered that permission should be obtained for gathering of more than 10 people. This is a restriction on the fundamental right provided for in the Constitution. Even if a party is held in a park, it's an illegal gathering as per the government order. The High Court was clearly dismayed, viewers, and it went on to say the government cannot issue such an administrative order. Did the government want to achieve something else? Unquote. So viewers, that question has been left, of course, for us to ponder. But there is a certain timeline in which the actions were taken, which point to some sort of a political viewers' endgame here. It all began around October 18th when the RSS sought permission for a route march in Chittapur. Local administration denied the permission, saying that it will create a law and order situation. That same evening, Karnataka Minister Priyanka Kharge supported the rejection of the permission, citing political motivations. The next day, RSS filed a writ petition in the Karnataka High Court challenging the denial. And of course, viewers, on October 19, the High Court holds special sitting and grants permission for the November 2nd march. The court criticizes the state government's procedural flaws in handling a denial. BJP accuses Priyank Kharge, a senior minister, and of course, the Congress president's son, and the Congress of targeting RSS politically. October 19th, Priyank Kharge says new rules apply to all groups. So viewers, they expanded the ambit. So it was no longer just about the RSS. Yes, it started with the RSS, but to justify it, so that they wouldn't be accused of singling out the RSS, they said, no. Any groups above 10, if they have to assemble, they must take permission. Viewers, it's ironic that the Congress that claims to be the sole custodian of India's constitution now stands accused of undermining its very fundamentals. You know, Rahul Gandhi walks around with a copy of that constitution in his hand. Today, viewers, the Congress is being told by the courts to respect the fundamentals of that little red book. Across states, the Congress's own governments appear to be testing, even trespassing, the constitutional red lines drawn by the Supreme Court, as the hard facts demonstrate. In Karnataka, the Siddaramaiah government, and I'm going to pull out those hard facts and put them on the screen so you can see them, viewers. In Karnataka, the Siddaramaiah government pushed for a caste census and quota expansion. And also, it proposed to set up a fact-check unit to combat fake news against state policies. Viewers, the proposed law mirrored a similar model introduced by NDA under IT rules that the Congress itself criticized. So, when the government at the center decided to bring this fact-check unit, the Congress said this is murder of free speech, democracy, this, that, the other. But its own state, viewers, it creates a legal provision to do so. Then, viewers, as you know, in Telangana, in March 2025, you have a situation where the Chief Minister goes a step further, proposing amendments to the media and social media laws that would, quote, define, unquote, who qualifies as a journalist. So it became completely up to the government to decide if you're a journalist or if you're not a journalist. Critics say it's an attempt to bring press under government certification, a move straight out of the authoritarian playbook. Then, viewers, not just this, the Telangana Chief Minister decided that he's going to amend the Panchayat Raj Act to exceed reservation limits expressly capped by the Supreme Court. So he said, I want to increase the reservations in Panchayati Raj bodies, more than 50%. And then, viewers, the same Chief Minister in Telangana, Congress Chief Minister, proposed amendment to media press laws and social media regulation, as I said, to define who was a journalist. And viewers, all of this was done to try and censure free speech. He warns in March 2025 in the State Assembly that there would be no tolerance for trolls, who, if they hide behind anonymity, will be thrashed. So, viewers, it's going to that extent. And this is very, very worrisome, viewers, very, very worrisome, because it shows you that the Congress is not above to push its political interest, muzzling the various rights that they claim are sacrosanct under the Constitution. So tonight we ask, what label defines a government that seeks to curb rights expressly protected by the Constitution? What do you call these kind of governments? Are these isolated state-level missteps or part of a deeper instinct to pay lip service to constitutionalism while quietly eroding it from within? Let's ask some fundamental questions, viewers, on a fundamental issue. And I want to begin first with Akashdeep Muni. And I want to bring in, of course, Abhijit Iyer Mitra right there and then. So, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, I know that you are somebody who has suffered in an opposition-ruled state in the past. I'm not getting into all the facts, but fundamentally, what does this tell you about where the Congress party is momentarily at this moment in time?
Thank you, Rahul. You see, the Congress party is stuck in a psychological construct called projection. Let me just read out, if you will indulge me for about 30 seconds.
Yes.
In psychology, projection is a defense mechanism where a person unconsciously or consciously attributes their own unacceptable thoughts, feelings, or impulses to somebody else. Now, there are three kinds of projection. Unconscious transfer, where you don't know. The second is discomfort. When you feel uncomfortable where something is being said about you, you immediately start hurling it at somebody else. Or the third is externalizing internal conflict, where they say something but they want to do something else and therefore they keep hurling it at somebody else. This is the party of the emergency that has the gall to go around claiming second emergency. We are all seeing exactly how journalists get treated in under the Karnataka government and the Telangana government. And we are still pretending that it is different. They say, well, you know, Indira Gandhi apologized for the emergency. This is not the Congress of that time. Do you remember under the UPA, hundreds of journalists were put on a Twitter blacklist and things like that? Yeah. Several of your colleagues included, former colleagues were on that list. And they had to be spied upon and everything had to be, their Twitter accounts were suppressed. They were in Twitter jail. Kanchan Gupta, the current media advisor to the PM, was one of them. This is what they do. Have we forgotten this is the Congress party that when the Kudam protests happened, 9,000-10,000 sedition cases were thrown on them? See, the DNA has not changed. An apology means nothing. You can apologize and do it all over again. मुंह से apology निकला है, करतूत से apology नहीं हुआ है. This is the party of the emergency. This is the party of 75 to 77. Make no mistake about it. And because they don't want to be called that, they hurl it at everybody else. So, for example, the way projection works is I know I will be accused of being a takla or a bald. So, I will accuse everybody here, including my friend Abbas, who has a very lustrous bush of hair on his head, of being a baldy.
Well, there you go.
Are you jealous, Abhijit Ayin Matra?
See, let me
Don't be
also tell
jealous.
you. Okay,
Very
one second, Mr. Bas, one second. Let me also tell you, viewers, the media is also complicit in this way that it projects the RSS. Let me also tell you, viewers. Look at our own channel, viewers. Look at the pictures we are putting up of a bunch of people aligned in a military formation. This is exactly that Stockholm syndrome, viewers, that guides people. Because people want to reduce the RSS to this caricature without realizing what they're doing. So it becomes very easy for anyone to say, oh, this is a militant organization. Just because they stress a little bit on physical exercise and they believe that a healthy body leads to a healthy mind. But this is what is misused against it. And viewers, any channel you go to, including this one, is unfortunately prey to this sort of caricaturing.
Can I make a very
Yeah,
quick point?
of course.
Because they keep saying wearing shorts
Yeah.
and boots and marching is Nazi.
Yeah.
Please tell me what Netaji was doing in the Andamans.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
making them wear shorts, boots, and marching.
Yes.
Yes. So he was also a Nazi.
No, that's what I'm saying. You see, this is a deliberate articulation of a particular manner in which you want to show somebody so that you can then justify the bans on that organization. That, oh, they must be. And this is what is being fed to a younger generation, viewers. Because there are people in the media who don't quite understand what they're doing. They've fallen for it. But nonetheless, I don't want to talk about Stockholm syndrome and, the prisoner's dilemma. Let's open this up because I have a fundamental question to ask of Mr. Akashdeep Muni. Mr. Muni, you saw the hard facts and I can put them out again. How the Congress in Karnataka proposed this law to set up a fact-check unit to combat fake news against state policies. The very same law, it's a mirror image of the same law that they had a problem with at the center, if you remember. And at the center wanted to, under the IT rules, Rule 31B5, it wanted to make that tweak. There are other examples also. I'm sure you don't disagree with any of these examples. Do you, sir? That these were things that were contemplated. Yes? No? Just answer me this because then I'll frame the question.
See,
No, yes or no? Are these facts right or wrong?
the information is right.
Then just stop there. Now 1 second. Forget about
Interpretation can be changed.
one second. So now let me ask you the question. If the information is right and these are steps that reek of a certain deterministic authoritarianism, then let me ask you, and it's a very simple question. What label defines a government, whether it's at the center or the state level, that places restrictions on the fundamental rights provided for in the Constitution, sir? What do you call that sort of government?
I'll tell you. Let's not make it complicated. Let's make it simple. The 2025 directive is not enforcing it's just enforcing the orders of the earlier BJP regime. The Jagdish Shettar, when he was a chief minister, BJP chief minister from 2012-13, he implemented the same, and the same thing was a circular was made. And let's not make it infringing
Can I
on
ask
the.
you, Mr. Akashdeep Muni, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I thought the Congress was a libertarian party.
No, where was the name RSS taken?
So, one second. I thought, just 1 minute. Sir, this is why I'm saying you're going to use this thing. So I'm going to read out once again what the judgment said. The order says, did the government want to achieve something else? So
Where's the
this
name RSS?
single judge bench has seen through the ploy. They realized that, you see, this was a clever way of actually proscribing the RSS, but issuing a directive which applied to everybody who wanted to assemble.
again-
Now, forget the RSS. Just forget them. I agree with you. Where does it say that it's about the RSS? No, 1 second. Where does it say it's about the RSS? You're absolutely right. It says nowhere. So let me then ask you, Akashdeep Muni, should anybody in a free democracy be expected to take a permission from the government if a group of more than 10 wants to assemble anywhere?
It happened.
Arey,
There are
I'm
number
asking
of
you, yes or
Supreme
no?
Court judgments. There are number of Supreme Court judgments
Sir,
where
can I ask you a
Honorable Supreme
question?
Court has said,
Can I
yes,
ask you a
yes,
question?
yes, they have to take permission many a times.
So many a times, anyone more than 10 viewers,
19,
you
listen to
viewers,
me.
let me tell
Listen
you,
to me.
why
Now you have
therefore,
misled the viewers,
then
let
if that
me
is the case, the High Court has struck it down. And it has
No,
said,
no,
and I quote, viewers, what do you mean no?
It's a
It says
interim
so.
order.
The
It's
government
not
has
a
ordered
struck
that
down.
permission should be obtained for gathering of more than 10 people. This is a restriction on the fundamental right provided for in the Constitution.
No.
What do you mean, no? This is a judgment.
You are mistaken. You have misled the viewers.
Okay.
On many counts, just give me 10 seconds.
Sir,
and
I
I'll
am
count.
quoting the
10
court.
seconds. I'll be also quoting the Honorable Court. मैं भी quote करूंगा आप and I'm in a public sphere. The Honorable Court never said that ban on RSS or something is included in the judgment.
Am I saying this?
The Honorable
I'm not
Court
saying this.
has
You are
said-
dreaming this.
No. You are saying that there is infringement on the rights of people. Let me quote the Honorable Court. The entire issue, the court has said, and I'm quoting, this entire issue is already covered under Karnataka Police Act. The police has discretion against Section 31 of the Act to regulate public conduct. So, as the law is previously there is no need for a new one.
Okay. Viewers, now you tell me.
You misled
Now you tell me, one second. Now you tell me, viewers, where exactly is this said? Why did the RSS go up in appeal? Is it not true that this particular order has been passed on that petition? And what does the court say, viewers? The government has ordered that permission should be obtained for gathering of more than 10 people. This is a restriction on the fundamental right provided for in the Constitution. If there was already something like this in the Police Act and that kicks in, 1 minute, that kicks in, viewers, please, sir, have some
This is
sense.
not a final judgment.
Have some sense, sir. Please have some sense. Please, Mr. Muni, you're a professor, have some sense. Viewers, the Police Act only comes into play when there is a disturbance, not generally. When there is a curfew imposed in a particular area, that's when the provisions of the Police Act come into.
No, you are wrong, Mr.
And
Shah.
why
How
the
is that
court
wrong?
spoke about
Let
Section
me
31?
bring in. Let me bring in.
Section 31 of the Police Act.
One second, sir, 1 second. The fact of the matter is, viewers, that the court has stood in judgment.
It's an interim order, it's not a judgment.
Doesn't matter, sir.
You are wrong.
It stayed. That's the issue.
अरे interim order है, judgment नहीं
Sir,
है,
every
17 को
order
फिर
is
से
an interim
होगा।
order, sir, at the High Court level.
17 को फिर से
Obviously. Oh my
court
God.
चलेगा।
Where are these people living? The Chief
Arey,
Minister himself. Okay,
you
stop
are
shouting.
Google about
Mr.
this
Muni, I don't want to get into a shouting match with you. It's not my style. Stop heckling me. I'm just making a very small point, viewers. The Chief Minister of the state has come out and said they're going to be appealing to a larger bench. What was the need, viewers, to do that if this was an interim order and the matter is still being heard? I mean, come on. Are you trying to make a moron
You
out of
are
everybody?
Google about this. Is
Please.
it an interim
Sir,
order or
have I said
judgment?
this?
Say
The Chief Minister of the state is saying that he's going to go up in appeal. Please deal with him, ask him, tell him. Don't tell me. I'm quoting him. So I want to bring in Mr. Abbas and Bhaskar Rao. Mr. Abbas, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, please.
The High Court has stepped in. The High Court has scrapped this issue. It has put a stay on this issue. It has put a stay on this order, saying that you are violating this restriction on the fundamental right provided for in the Constitution, even if a party is held in a park. It is an illegal gathering as per the government order. The government cannot issue such an administrative order. It's very simple, viewers. The government cannot. It's been said there by the courts. Now I want to ask you, sir. Is this a penchant for paying lip service to constitutionalism? Doesn't the constitutional Article 19 of the Constitution?
Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to lawfully assemble. Yes.
So
Now,
then-
I'd like to answer you, my dear Mr. RSS. Of course, those are your initials and you wear it as a badge of honor. Coming to your question.
Actually, it's my
what you've
initials.
asked
Are you trying to say that are you trying to abuse me? Are you
Not
trying
at
to say
all.
that my surname is not my surname? Mr.
Not
Abbas,
at all.
Mr. Abbas,
I
you are a
appreciate
pervert.
you.
You are a
I
pervert.
appreciate you.
You're a sicko. And these kind of words
So-
don't come No, hang on. Don't come
get so
naturally to
rattled.
people. No, this. What are you trying to
get
say?
so shaken
Are you
up.
not? Are you not Mr. Abbas? Will you not
I
wear
am
your
Mr.
surname? Excuse me. Or your
get so
no. Hang on. One
rattled.
second. One second.
Rahul
No.
Shivshankar,
One second. Your initials
you
are
are a
SAA.
god, you are a sicko.
SAA. I want to
Don't get
ask you.
so-
No, one
I'm
second.
okay with
Lower his
SAA.
fader, viewers. I'm not listening to this crap. From a man who thinks he can sit here and abuse someone's surname. Can you believe it, viewers? These are the kind of people that the Congress has to represent them on national television. This is the party. Shoot the messenger. That's what they believe in. This is their mentality. Anyhow, let me bring in Bhaskar Rao. I mean, can you imagine, viewers, we are having to deal with these sort of people? Anyhow, Mr. Bhaskar Rao, I want to ask you, the charge is you're making a mountain out of a molehill. That this particular order exists on the books.
See, if you must see the sequence of developments. Nobody was bothered about doing all these things till the RSS wanted to celebrate its 100th year by having number of processions, peaceful processions, which they have been having for the last 100 years. And Mr. Priyank Kharge of Chitapur got very alarmed because a lot of students participated, and it was a very peaceful procession which was held in 100 different places. 100 gatherings took place. And he wrote a very strong letter saying that RSS must be banned, etc., to the Honorable Chief Minister over there. And what did the Chief Minister write on that? For immediate necessary action. Without even the matter going to the cabinet, without even the law secretary being consulted, in great hurry, they passed an order. And we knew that from the beginning itself, the intention behind passing the order was only to curb the RSS, not any other activity. And they had made a lot of insinuations. And
That's
RSS
an inference. That's an inference. But I think that even if you were to look beyond the RSS, let me tell you, even if you were to look beyond the RSS, the very fact that you don't want more than 10 people to assemble.
Now let me complete.
Yes.
So a laughter club or a badminton club or a yoga club, should everybody take permission of more? Means the order was so ridiculous that any gathering more than 10 will be declared unlawful if permission is not taken. Every morning people come in hordes.
So if you're saying that 11 people want to go for a walk together in a park, which is what exactly, this is exactly what the court says. Even if a party is held in a park, it's an illegal gathering as per the government order, viewers.
How is it possible when existing laws are already there, as our political analyst, our learned professor said, that laws are already in place. If government wants to restrict any activity, it can use the Karnataka Police Act, which we have been using, which I have also used as a commissioner, and others have also used, magistrates have always been using. But this was a very diabolical attempt. And whenever you pass any law, it must pass 3 tests. I'm sure legal luminaries. First, the law of natural justice, has it passed? Second, has the proper procedure been applied over there? And the third aspect is that is the law which is being applied, is it being done as per procedure? This doesn't obey any of these things.
Okay, that's
only
because
on a piece of paper has been done. So
that's because it violates, viewers, the fundamental rights provided for in the Constitution. Okay, so this is what the BJP is saying, that yes, it exists on the books.
Last point. Last point. A fundamental right can be removed only by a law, not by government order. So
That's
government
true.
order becomes a traverse of the Constitution.
That is true. And that's exactly what has happened, which therefore prompts me to ask the more fundamental question, which I will again try with Mr. Abbas in the interests of free speech and decency. And I hope that he will respond to my question without suggesting other stuff. So I will ask him one more time. In case you want to, sir, please answer. If you don't, you can choose, feel free to leave the show. I don't care. But let me ask you this question once again. And I want this to be a serious debate, and I want you to respond seriously. Does this, the fact that an order like this was contemplated, sir, suggest that the government here, the Congress government, is displaying a penchant for paying lip service to constitutionalism? It's a simple question.
Absolutely not. Firstly, the Minister Priyank Kharge never asked for the ban of the RSS. He merely stated that the same rule which was under Jagdish Shettar, which was any private or cultural organization cannot take place of any of their activities in the government premises. Second one, the Karnataka Police Act. This act also speaks that any organization wishes to take a march or a procession must and should obtain the police permission. Bhaskar Rao ji is there. He's been a former police commissioner here of Bengaluru and he will agree with me. And secondly, let us understand that the RSS here, as much as they want to exist, they need to also remember that there was a ban and today there is not a stay, but an interim stay which can be
interim
revoked.
stay. Okay. So viewers, we can get away because there's just an interim stay. But let me just say one fact, Mr. Abbas is wrong. Mr. Kharge demanded a ban on the RSS. These are his own words, and I just want to quote them before I move on, viewers. These are the words. Mr. Kharge, and I'm quoting straight out, he says that he has been threatened and intimidated, and the filthiest abuse has been directed at him and his family, simply because, and I quote, I dared to question and restrain RSS activities in government schools, colleges, and public institutions. But I am neither shaken nor surprised when the RSS didn't spare Mahatma Gandhi or Bala Saheb Ambedkar. Why would they spare me? So viewers, he demanded a ban in certain places, especially on government land, for the RSS, upon the RSS. Then he claimed that his phone...
I will add on to that.
One second, Mr. Abbas. Ho gaya. I'm just doing a fact check and I'm moving on. I'm just trying to tell this to the viewers that we've heard two bits of misinformation today, viewers. Number one, that this is some interim order, that the matter is going to be heard in perpetuity. When the Chief Minister has already come out and he said he's going up in appeal to a higher bench. Number one. Number two, that this was nothing to do with the RSS. Viewers, Priyank Kharge, who's a minister, wrote to his own chief minister and said, please bring about a ban in public places of the RSS, along which, viewers, afterwards, and I've shown you the timeline, they designed a government order to do so, which today the High Court has struck down, which only points us in one direction, that the Congress has a problem with the free assemblage of people and free speech, and that Rahul Gandhi is a hypocrite. Well, viewers, on the question of Rahul Gandhi led the India Bloc's voter Adhikar drive in Bihar through August, culminating in a high-visibility Patna rally on September 1st. He transformed the issue into a national crusade, a crusade centered around accusing the Election Commission of facilitating, quote, vote chori, unquote, promising explosive evidence and asking the public to hold the system to account. The Election Commission, however, demanded proof and an affidavit. The deadline for submitting both lapsed with no formal filing. Since that September 1 rally, Rahul has been conspicuously absent from Bihar. Viewers, high-stake contest in the Hindi heartland state of Bihar, Rahul Gandhi hasn't shown up there after September 1st. It was assumed that after his foreign holiday to South America, he would immerse himself in campaigning in Bihar. But he's not done that. He's quite literally out of the picture. Even the Gathbandhan's publicity material, not to mention the manifesto, has marginalized him. Look at the picture, first, viewers, in the backdrop. There you can see it. There's Tejasvi Yadav on the manifesto, and there's Rahul Gandhi in the corner, tucked away in a row of other allies. And if you look at the press conference, viewers, and if you look beyond that at the back, to the wall at the back, again, it is Tejasvi and Rahul Gandhi is again in some corner. Now, with 7 days to phase 1 polling, he's due to re-enter the field tomorrow or day after. But is it too little, too late? Why would he abandon his own message? If he has not taken ownership for it, how does he expect the voter to imbibe it and vote for the Mahagathbandhan? Was vote chori a hot air balloon floated only to mislead the voter? If not, why has it not been mentioned by Rahul Gandhi after September 1st in Bihar? The larger unanswered question, of course, is whether Rahul Gandhi has been marginalized by his own allies because A, the Congress doesn't matter, or B, because the allies have realized that Rahul is a political liability. What could be the possible reason? Let's ask that question. Viewers, let me once again go across to Dr. Muni. He's a professor, and I want to ask you, Dr. Muni, it's a very fundamental question. Rahul Gandhi made this election campaign. He started a vote adhikar yatra. It all ended on September 1st, and he has not messaged. He has not returned to Bihar. I have to ask you this question. If the man doesn't believe in his own message, how will the voter believe in the man?
See, Rahul Gandhi is the leader of opposition in this country, and he has many followers. He has won landslide in number of in his own constituencies and multiple constituencies. And talking about his absence, he is going to, in coming days. He's going to take out number of rallies in Bihar. He has announced it, and even Tejasvi is going to tag up with Rahul Gandhi for that. And even BJP leaders like Nitin Gadkari think that Rahul Gandhi has been making a significant impact on Indian politics. I'm quoting him. Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Union Minister, he has also said that Rahul Gandhi is the most dynamic political leader. BJP people, मुझे पता नहीं कि ना कि मीडिया को कहाँ से पता चलता है ये सब. And talking about Congress, Rahul Gandhi, people are calling him Jan Naik in Bihar, and many a times. So he has his space. Nobody can take it. Many people can disagree.
Viewers, a senior RJD leader today came out and said that both Rahul Gandhi and Tejasvi Yadav cannot be branded Jan Nayaks. They have to earn their spurs. One second. Yeah. Then there's another leader, viewers, of the Samajwadi Party, who's piped up and said exactly the same.
I'll reply.
Thirdly, viewers, just 1 minute. Thirdly, viewers, am I imagining this? Or aren't the facts suggestive of that? Rahul Gandhi led this campaign. He went on a vote adhikar yatra with Tejasvi Yadav, and I can show you those pictures. They're on motorbikes, viewers, going through the state together. Today, on the campaign material, it is Tejasvi Yadav. So I'm only asking, is it because Rahul Gandhi is no longer an equal shareholder? And let me ask somebody who has an idea of politics, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, is he no longer considered an equal shareholder in the MGB's or the Mahagathbandhan's campaign story or its outreach?
The very fact that he was missing for so long and had to found that going to Colombia and making a YouTube video about brewing of Colombian coffee should tell you how seriously he takes Bihar and how seriously Bihar takes him. Now remember, for the last, even if they haven't been able to win the election, for the last 5-6 elections at least, the Congress has paid second fiddle to the RJD in some form or the other, either in direct alliance or not. Bhai, Jan Naik is the person who rules the people. When you can't even become the chief minister, how do you become the Jan Naik? I can understand people saying Tejasvi Yadav is the Jan Naik because he is the chief ministerial, I presume he is the chief ministerial candidate. Rahul is neither the chief ministerial candidate, and you look at his abysmal performance in the last Bihar election. How does he become Jan Naik? I'm sure Congress workers are calling him Jan Naik. I've heard Congress workers call him, the Einstein ka baap. I've heard them say that he is Marie Curie and Einstein combined into one, that it is the Nobel's loss that he doesn't win the physics, chemistry and medicine Nobel Prize every year. But that doesn't mean the people of Bihar are saying it. Just because some Bihari Congress worker said it, doesn't mean the people of Bihar are saying it. And to quote a, Hindi term, इलेक्शन आने दो, दूध का दूध पानी का पानी दिख जाएगा कि कौन जननायक है और कौन नहीं है.
Well, viewers, Karpuri Thakur, who is now of course been awarded the Bharat Ratna, was called Jan Naik. That's lore, that is political lore, viewers. And Rahul Gandhi has been of course projected as that by the Congress party itself, viewers. If he's so important and so central to this entire outreach, how is it that, and let's show you another set of visuals, that on the cover of the manifesto of what the MGB stands for, Rahul Gandhi has been reduced to this little footnote, viewers. He's been completely miniaturized. He's been miniaturized by his own alliance.
Rahul, rebuttal.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. Rahul ji, people like Abhijit Iyer Mitra, RSS supporters, are talking about Jannayak Karpuri Thakur. Karpuri Thakur was Bihar Chief Minister in 1977 to 79. And these very people, because he brought 12% most backward caste reservation, इन्होंने
राहुल जी।
पावर खींच लिया और उन्होंने नारा लगाया आरएसएस वालों ने, इन्होंने ये रिजर्वेशन कहां से आएगी? कर्पूरी के माई बिहाई की ये लैंग्वेज था।
Okay.
कर्पूरी का गला काट
Who
देंगे, ये
gave?
रैप
Okay, one
है,
second, one
quote
second.
unquote।
Akashdeep
ये RSS
Muni,
वाले,
Akashdeep
ये
Muni,
RSS वाले,
Akashdeep
ये
Muni।
अभिजीत मित्रा,
ठीक है, ठीक है।
ये
आप नो एक मिनट,
RSS
सबसे
वाले-
पहले
मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि
मिस्टर मुनी,
आप गूगल करके देखिए कि
See-
कि क्या आरएसएस वाले बोलते थे
How long did
कर्पूरी
you keep
ठाकुर
him
के
in
बारे
jail
में?
for?
ये
How
बताएंगे
long did
नहीं
you
राहुल
keep him in
शिवशंकर जी,
jail for?
ये छुपाएंगे
How
राहुल
long did you
शिवशंकर
keep him in
जी।
jail for?
गूगल करिए।
Remind me again.
अप्रैल
How long did you keep him in
1979
jail
में
for?
okay, one
इन्होंने
second,
बोला
Mr.
कि-
Muni,
Rahul,
Mr. Muni,
Rahul,
listen to the
Rahul.
other side. Mr. Mitra is responding to you.
RSS
How
ने
long-
कहा
आपको
दिया।
आपको
long did you
जवाब
keep him
जवाब
in
दे
jail
रहे
Tell
हैं,
me.
आप सुन तो
कितने
लीजिए।
दिन जेल में
Am I
रखा
wrong or
कांग्रेस
right?
ने कर्पूरी
Okay,
ठाकुर को?
okay, one second. He's asking you a question. Did you hear the question, Mr. Muni?
Wrong or am I
कितने दिन जेल में
right
रखा?
that
Did he-
कर्पूरी का गला काट देंगे आरएसएस ने नारा दिया था।
One second. Can I ask you a
कितने दिन
question?
जेल में रखा?
Mr. Rahul, may I intervene?
Yes, Mr. Giri.
Rahul, may I intervene?
You can come in. Yes.
See, my dear friend who doesn't know anything about Karpuri Thakur never claimed that he's Jan Naik. He devoted his whole life for the downtrodden section of the people. In 23rd December 1971, Mungeri Lal Commission has been formed in Bihar. In 26 February 1973, Mungeri Lal Paswan has given a letter to Chief Minister Bhola Paswan Sastri. The covering letter, the Ayog has given the report. The complete report Ayog has given in 1975. Now, March 1978, Karpuri Thakur becomes Chief Minister and he implemented the EBCA reservation of 12%, BC reservation 8%, EWS reservation 3%. At that time, when you were Chief Minister from RSS, from Jan Sangh, there was Finance Minister. Our Finance Minister was there. See, I'm repeating this. And Finance Minister is the main person when he all endorse all the financial bills. And Karpuri Thakur government supported by Jansangh by 52 MLAs. And 8 March 1978, against this reservation, Congress has given no confidence motion. Jagannath Mishra, Kedar Pandey, Mohammad Rafiq Alam has given proposal in Assembly of Bihar. They have done this. And there is a fragmentation in Janata Dal, and the Satyendra Narayan Sinha, Narayan Mandal has deferred, and they broke the government, and then Karpuri Thakur government fall down. And Kailash Pati Mishra from Jan Sangh was the finance minister who produces this bill. So nobody knows anything. And talking rolling rubbish.
Well, let me
Only
tell you,
rubbish.
viewers, just one second,
And I'm trying to
Let me just step in
glorify
here. Okay, yes, one second, Mr.
Rahul,
Muni.
Rahul, let me complete.
ठीक है,
Let
आपने
Rahul, let
नारा
me
दिया था कि नहीं
complete.
दिया था? RSS नारा
Rahul,
दिया था
let
कि-
me
हाँ
complete.
कि ना?
One second, gentlemen, one second, just one second, just
Rahul,
one second. Mr.
Rahul,
Muni, one
I am
second.
giving-
One second. Mr.
Rahul-
Muni, one second. Mr. Giri, one second. Look, let me just tell you, viewers, very, very clearly, there is no doubt that certain individuals in the RSS had a problem with Karpuri Thakur. But viewers, what was he representing? One second now, Mr. One second. But he was representing, viewers, the Mandalization of politics. Who opposed the Mandal Commission report? Who put it in cold storage? For 15 years, viewers, right up till 1989-90. And who dusted it off and brought it into the public domain? It was VP Singh. Viewers, the Congress had a problem with Mandal Commission report. They buried it. And before it, the predecessor of Mandal. So are we now being told that the Congress stood for what Karpuri Thakur represented? It? No, viewers, nothing like that. Yes, the RSS might have been more transactionally and much more overtly against it. But the Congress can't claim the moral high ground here. The fact is, viewers, we're not going down this route, historic route. The fact is, why is Rahul Gandhi missing for 60 days from the firmament of Bihar? That is a question that no one wants to answer. Why has he been miniaturized in the campaign literature that is going out to the public? How is it that he is not sitting there and guaranteeing what he has promised? by putting his face to it? These are the questions that no one wants to answer, viewers, perhaps because they know which way the direction of the wind is blowing in Bihar. So quickly distance yourself from the outcome so you can then cry vote chori. Is that what's going on? I don't know. I'm only conjecturing. Because we didn't get an articulate response from Mr. Muni. Mr. Muni got on to this whole thing about Jan Nayak and he's a great person and all that. That's for the viewer to decide and the voter to decide, viewers. Giving somebody a halo doesn't make them an angel or a saint. It's the people who decide. Let's see, viewers. We'll know in a few days. I want to move on because this is a very, very, very important story. And this is a subject that needs to be discussed threadbare. We are reminded continuously by the regimes in Pakistan and Bangladesh that while they might be Islamic states, but because Islam is essentially tolerant, they are tolerant countries where minorities, religious or gender, are safe and protected. If that were the case, why would these countries be inviting a hate preacher like Zakir Naik? After Pakistan, Bangladesh is rolling out the green carpet. Yes, the same Bangladesh that till a year ago had banned this sociopath from its country. Sheikh Hasina had said that Zakir Naik is a dangerous influence on the young minds, especially of Muslim men, and he will not be allowed into our country. But Muhammad Yunus, who took over, who deposed her and took over with US help, and who has been in bed with Islamists, has invited Zakir Naik into the country. In case you've forgotten why India has declared, not just India, why the United States, the UK, has declared this erstwhile Indian citizen a wanted fugitive, here are some of the ideas that he propagates to influence, to actually infect young Muslim male minds. He has justified terror. He said, and I quote, if Osama bin Laden is fighting enemies of Islam, I'm with him. What does he actually mean? He's glorifying a terrorist violence as a defense of his faith, viewers, unquote. The same people tell us that terror has no religion. Viewers, then he waxed about terror as a duty. He says, quote, every Muslim should be a terrorist to terrorize mischief makers, unquote. He is normalizing violence, distorting the meaning of terrorism, unquote, viewers. He called Ram and Krishna not gods but men, branded the Trinity, which is holy to Christians, as blasphemous. In other words, he repeatedly mocked Hindu and Christian beliefs. This man is no guarantor of tolerance, viewers. He said if someone leaves Islam, he should be put to death. And it's the same people, viewers, who argue for the right to convert. What is he trying to say? He justifies killing for belief, violating Article 21 and 25 of the Indian Constitution and of course the Constitution in Western democracies. No wonder Britain and the US have banned this man. He said women who dress revealingly invite trouble. Polygamy is the solution, he says. He's blaming victims and denying gender equality. So he's a misogynist, viewers. These are his words. He says homosexuals should be punished in a way that they are punished in Islamic State, which is basically hung from a lamppost, viewers. What he's trying to do is, viewers, he's trying to promote pure hate speech against a community. He says only Islam is acceptable to God. That means he rejects pluralism and secular ethos of the Constitution. Given his bigotry, his stunning disregard for all humanity, barring males of his own creed, why would any state, and worse, any society, tolerate their government for putting this rancid detritus of humanity on a pedestal, viewers? I could have used stronger words. Why would they do it? It's fundamentally a question that I am struck by. Uzma Kardar, leader of the PML Nawaz, let me call upon her to opine on this. This man has a problem with homosexuals, with women, with people of other faith. But Madam Kardar, your country invited him and took him around as if he was a state guest. Look at him hugging Sharif there, your Prime Minister. Do you think this is good?
Thank you for inviting me to your channel. I think we need to take a balanced view.
Yes, ma'am.
Zakir Naik is somebody who is watched by millions of people all over the world. People listen to him, and it's not.
Do you believe, ma'am? Let me ask you. Thank you for giving me this introduction about who Zakir Naik is. Let me ask you, Uzma Kardar. Let me ask you to now repeat after me. Do you agree with this? Every Muslim should be a terrorist to terrorize mischief makers. If Osama bin Laden is fighting enemies of Islam, I'm with him. Which of these two statements do you agree with?
You see, one person's
okay, one
freedom
person's
fighter,
terrorist viewers is another person's freedom fighter.
Freedom fighter
okay.
can be another person's terrorist.
So let me then ask you.
So
thank you
it's a
for
matter of
endorsing.
perception.
Thank you
It's a
for
matter of
endorsing his normalization of terror. Okay. Then viewers, Israel is within its right. One second, Uzma Kardar. 1 second. If I go with this logic, Uzma Kardar, 1 second, please. Let's not speak over each other. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do this reasonably, Miss Kardar. Let's not speak over each other.
Think twice before putting words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words. You're agreeing with her.
Has become the king
so
of,
viewers,
now,
when 1 second, Miss Kardar, please stop talking over other people. Let's be.
You should think carefully about.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. If someone leaves Islam, he should be put to death. Do you agree with this statement?
Please kindly let me finish now.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Raw have been kicked out of the US, they've been kicked out of Canada, they've been kicked out of the UK because they're killing Sikh leadership
one second,
all over the world.
Miss, 1 second, Miss Kardar, let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm stopping you from speaking. I'm sorry, but I don't do this kind of shrieking match. Maybe you've gone on to 2 other Indian channels where they allow this shrieking business. I don't. So we'll stop it there. Let me bring in Dr. Jahidul. Doctor.
Yes.
And I have to ask you a question. This is what Zakir Naik has said, quote unquote. If someone leaves Islam, he should be put to death. Do you support this view?
Mister, thank you for inviting me here. But I want to explain it. And I want to disagree with you because...
no, Doctor, I asked you a question. Can you just answer these 2 or 3 questions and then you can say whatever you want to. You can explain yourself or explain what you want to and disagree with me. That's fine. I invite people to disagree with me, but I just want to ask you. These are his quotes, his views. If someone leaves Islam, he should be put to death. Do you agree with this?
Yes, I definitely agree with him because...
Okay, you agree with him. So next question.
2 things...
Next question.
Okay,
Let me ask you. Yeah, no, fine. So you agree that somebody who leaves your faith should be killed. Okay, number 1. Number 2. Women who dress revealingly invite trouble. Polygamy is the solution. Do you agree with him?
Yes, 100%. Polygamy
100%.
is the solution.
Okay. Homosexuals should be punished in an Islamic state. Yes or no?
Definitely, yes.
Definitely.
We said the
Only
same thing about,
1 second, ma'am. Please, I don't love anybody. Please, can we just lower her fader? She has a habit of speaking out of term. I mean, she's a woman. And can you imagine, viewers, if a woman says that a woman who dresses revealingly invites trouble and polygamy is the solution, what kind of mindset that person must have as a woman? And where she's leaving her, basically rejecting pluralism and secular ethos of the Constitution. So everyone else goes to hell. Do you agree with this, Dr. Bari?
Definitely, I agree 100%.
Okay. Now, viewers, you have a bunch of people who find genocide agreeable to them. This is fundamentally what they're saying. They're genocidal. This is the mindset that has come to infest, that espouses to the rest of the world tolerance.
Not at all. You see, the issue, of course, for elections. He promised reforms, he hasn't done diddly squat, and he's on his way out. And our friend from Dhaka will get into serious trouble if he says, there'll be a fatwa out on his head if he says he does not believe apostates should be killed. The same with our friend from Pakistan as well. If she says no, apostates should not be killed, she herself will come under the ambit of the blasphemy law in Pakistan. But in Pakistan, for Shehbaz Sharif to receive this man who said this about homosexuals, I find particularly funny, given that their foreign minister, Mr. Bilawal Bhutto, in a 2008 post declared himself bisexual. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. So what is his opinion? Is he trying to get his own foreign minister killed? I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe that's why he's called Zakir Naik. Maybe he's part of a conspiracy to kill off the PPP and Bilawal Bhutto. Maybe that's why he's called Zakir Naik, to stir up a crowd. It's well within, I mean, who killed Benazir Bhutto? We still don't know. There are so many gaping holes in that investigation, right? Enjoy yourselves. I mean, Pakistan, I wish Zakir Naik on Pakistan. He is exactly the kind of preacher they require. And I wish Pakistan on Zakir Naik. He's exactly the country that Mr. Zakir Naik requires.
Well, let me tell you that Pakistan needs no encouragement. There are hardly any minorities left in that country because they've all been killed. And Uzma Kardar will never accept it. I mean, they are killing today, viewers, their own Pashtun brothers and Baluch brothers. Is it not true, Ms. Kardar?
All over India. Hindutva mentality rules all over India.
Yes.
You're not secular anymore.
Right.
Thank you very much. So don't call yourself secular.
Right. Okay. We don't
India is
have
not
someone
secular
like,
anymore.
okay, one second.
You
We have nobody,
absolutely
one second,
slaughtered
lower this
the
lady's fader, 1 second. We have nobody who comes out and says that every Muslim should be a terrorist. And we don't have people who nod along that say that every Hindu should be a terrorist. In fact, we find it a great affront if people link our beautiful faith to any form of extremism. But they take pride in it, viewers. And they say that one person's terrorists and another person's freedom fighters. So for Israel, all their masterminds, viewers, who they've been fighting with in Hamas, they called terrorists and they shot them. So big deal. So why do they cry about human rights then? You see, viewers, these people have so sold their minds to this infection of Islamist extremism that there is no saving them. This is the civil society in Pakistan. And anyone in this country, if they tell you that we have Aman ki Asha and that we must engage civil society in Pakistan, the Uzma Qadars will look back at them and they will laugh. And they will say, we are just waiting to backstab you. हम आपको बिरयानी खिलाएंगे, we'll fatten you up on biryani and then we will stab you in the back, because this is exactly their mentality. They do it with the Balochis, they've done it with the Pakhtuns, they've done it with Kashmiris, and they even did it with the Bangladeshis. This man's ancestors, Dr. Bari's ancestors, fled Punjabi Pakistan. They broke away. And today, these feckless Dhaka next generation, the Gen Z of Dr. Bari and company, they are going up there and embracing the Pakistan that treated them worse than subhumans. They raped and tortured their women. They declared them absolute apostates. Is that not a fact, or you're going to deny that also, Dr. Bari? That the Pakistanis ill-treated you, that their generals did horrible things to you?
Rahul, this is another issue. What did Pakistan
No, am I asking you a question, or are you going to give me a... I'm asking you, is it not true that you broke away from Pakistan, and why did you break away from Pakistan? Tell me.
We did break away from Pakistan.
Why?
Because of the intervention of India. Manipulation
Oh
of India, propaganda of India.
Okay, so
Just
this
go
is
back in
this is the
1971.
lead. This is the lead.
It
Viewers,
was a
this is the
conspiracy
lead
made by India.
Okay. This is the lead graduate from some seminary that has popped up in Dhaka, probably run on the curriculum of Zakir Naik to feed these young people this nonsense. Can you believe it, viewers?
Not
This is the
nonsense.
level of education in
Zakir
Bangladesh.
Naik is making
This is the level of
young
education
people
in
more
Pakistan.
responsible, more
You have a
humble.
respectable,
He's asking
you have a
people to be
respectable
humble, to
lady
be
like Uzma
responsible.
Kardar, who belongs to PML Nawaz, whose prime minister niece is a female, and she wants to wish upon Miss Sharif, that lady, this kind of mentality where they say that yes, polygamy should be acceptable, that she should be married off to about 10, 12 men. Can you believe it, viewers? This is absolutely sad. This is where we are with our neighbors, and these are the people, and this is why they invite Zakir Naik. This proves my case. I leave it at this, viewers.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Back in the national capital, big development on the cloud seeding front. A Cessna aircraft has now taken off from Kanpur for Meerut for the first such trial. The aircraft is expected to reach Meerut within the next hour, and according to sources, cloud seeding in the region is almost certain to take place today. My colleague Anshul Singh and Shrishti Chaudhary both joining us. Anshul, first give us the latest. Any update on whether the experts feel the conditions are apt today? Because it still depends on what the weather in Kanpur, Meerut and so on can be like.
Well, yes, the first issue that was being faced by the administration was that the visibility in Kanpur was not adequate for the Cessna aircraft to take off from there. But now what we are picking up latest by the way of sources is that the aircraft has in fact taken off from Kanpur and is now about to reach Meerut in the next few minutes. Once it reaches Meerut, then it will go ahead and try to seed clouds out here in the national capital. If I could just show you in the visuals over here as well, there is already a lot of clouds that have gathered over the national capital region. In fact, there are heavy rains that are being reported from places like Agra as well. But yes, the government will definitely try to make sure that they carry out this experiment of cloud seeding today itself. So within the next few hours, we can expect that the process of cloud seeding would start depending upon the condition of the clouds. Because remember, more than 15% of moisture is required in these clouds so that cloud seeding could happen successfully. If at all there is a lot of moisture in the clouds, then this entire process could take somewhere around half an hour for the rains to come down after the clouds have been seeded. If at all the moisture content is a bit on the lower side, then it could take somewhere around 2 hours. What will be the exact locations where the cloud seeding will happen? That is something that the pilots and the experts would have to decide once they take that flight to with the purpose of seeding clouds out here in the national capital. So today, the government is very, very hopeful that they will be able to carry out this entire process of cloud seeding. When will that happen? What are the locations? That is something that the government will have to figure out once that Cessna aircraft enters into the airspace of the national capital.
All right. Shrishti, what more are you learning? What are the kind of conditions that will be absolutely key for this trial to go ahead today?
Yes, Shivani. So see, it's a very difficult exercise because it depends highly on the weather conditions over Delhi. Now, initially, the IIT Kanpur team had earmarked an area in northwest Delhi because the experiment cannot be performed over security installation. So they had selected some region over northwest Delhi, but the precise location for the artificial rain will depend exactly on the cloud formation. Now, as the India Meteorological Department had already predicted that there would be a western disturbance. So the western disturbance, which is like a tropical storm that brings rain, has already impacted northwest India. Yes. And there are parts of another region which are expecting rain, but we'll have to see once the aircraft actually enters the Delhi airspace, the wind conditions, the temperature, the cloud heights, the size of clouds, which will actually determine whether they can go ahead with the experiment.
Viewers, amid peaking pollution and politics in the national capital, there's finally some relief in sight. In a bid to tackle smog, the Delhi government conducted cloud seeding in several parts of the city. The operation was undertaken by an aircraft from IIT Kanpur carrying special salt-based and silver iodide flares designed to trigger rain. The aircraft took off from Kanpur and covered areas like Burari, North Karol Bagh, Mayur Vihar before landing at the Meerut airfield. The artificial rain, which is expected days after the process, may soon wash away the toxic air blanketing the capital. But for how long, viewers? One doesn't know. And how many times will we have to seed the clouds? And if there are no clouds, then what happens? I leave it at this, viewers. Lots to ponder.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Back in the national capital, big development on the cloud seeding front. A Cessna aircraft has now taken off from